Stanislav, I'm a psychologist and I'm trying to understand what are my options to get a green card to come to the US and continue my career. Today, guys, I'm going to answer this question and also let you know how to get a free evaluation of your case if you are a psychologist. Hello, my dear friends. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the profession of psychologists and the best options for you guys to achieve your goals and come to the US. Stanislav, why did you choose this particular topic? Well, first of all, you guys asked me, all right? If you come to my streams on Thursdays, which are great streams when you have an option to talk to me, to ask me questions, and you ask me questions about those things, and also in Telegram and Instagram. And by the way, the links to my Telegram group and my Instagram below this video. But also, for the past couple of years, I got about probably more than 10 approvals for psychologists, right? And I want to make sure that you guys understand that this profession is in a huge demand in the US, and also you all have great cases, even if you don't think so. Now, let's talk about two main ways to get a green card for a psychologist. This is EB-1A and EB-2 NIW. And I want you guys to know more about those visas, so make sure you find other videos on my channel to get a better grasp what those visas are. But what is the main reason why I'm gonna talk about these particular visas? And the answer is pretty easy, because first of all, those two visas do not require an employer, and everything else does. And second of all, we do not have to rely on anybody else but ourselves. We have all the tools and instruments to improve and strengthen your case within the next 6 months working with my team and get you filed with approval chance above 90%, which is unbelievable for this industry, with the regular chances of approval about 50–55%. So now, let's talk about those visas in order. So EB-1A, the visa of talented people. And you want to say, Stanislav, well, I'm doing my work very well, I'm a good professional, but I'm not talented. Well, first of all, that's enough to be a good professional in the field to get approval for either of those visas. And second of all, you cannot assess yourself from the standpoint of immigration laws. Only attorney can. I submit to you, hold your horses. Don't assess yourself before you watch this video. And USCIS has a particular way of assessing the talent, and that is called the criteria. We have 8 criteria, and we have to prove only 3 of them, but I want 6. As long as you have 2–3 criteria in the beginning of your case, and most of you do even more, we can improve and make it stronger in about 6 months. Now, what are those criteria? Awards, judging the work of other professionals, press, about you, professional associations, the contribution in the field, critical leading role in an organization with high reputation, your commercial success, higher payment, and scientific publications. Let me give you an example of one of the cases I got approved for this particular field, and that one is really good because it's art therapy. And I didn't know before that this thing is real, you know, like art therapy or fairy tale therapy is another word for it. So this lady, she was specializing in this field. So basically, you have a problem, go read this fairy tale, right? And try to understand. Really good. She's been working in a clinic for about 7–8 years, and then she opened up her own clinic. And I claimed critical role in the clinic that she worked for someone else, and a leading role in her own clinic because she was leading it. That was criteria number 1. Criteria number 2, the commercial success, because especially when she started working on herself and she achieved the results, people started paying her more. And that's how we proved her commercial success among other professionals. Number 3, she had a contribution in the field. She wrote her own fairy tales. and she used that on her patients successfully. That was original and significant contribution in the field. Based on that, journalists took interviews with her, and based on that, she wrote her own scientific publications, and we had people helping her to do this, to do it more efficiently, fast and with high quality. And also based on that, she was called to be a juror at the National Congress to assess other professionals. So there you go, right off the bat, 6 criteria coming organically from her profession. If you guys worked for a clinic, for a hospital, for a good project, you got paid good money, you maybe had some scientific publications, or if you didn't, if you have ideas that could be done within a short period of time, the PR agencies can help you with the press media about your projects. Also, you get paid well for your work, and judging the work of other professionals could be done at a competition or within your projects, within your work, if you were asked to assess other psychologists. And again, this is an example because some of you may write books and have patents and go to the conferences and have awards and maybe government awards. The list is very expensive. There's a lot that comes in it. So basically all those things, or half of them, that's all we need to start a case, come out naturally in your case. And it doesn't matter if you're from Brazil, if you're from Spain, from Argentina, from Nigeria, from India and other countries. All that is matter is you being a good professional in your field. Okay, so that's option number 1. Option number 2, EB-2 NIW. And this one may be a little bit harder, but again, we can deal with that. And the best way to get EB-2 NIW, which is in essence offering some kind of project that's in the national interest of the US government, is to offer to teach other psychologists in the US of your technique, of your approach, of your methodology, your courses, or whatever you came up with to help people to deal with their problems. What could be the proposed project of that lady who got approved with EB-1A, but if we could translate it to EB-2 NIW, and that is to teach other psychologists in the US of her art therapy approach, how to assess people for those things, and how to write those fairy tales and things that would help the clients. Guys, and that would be an amazing project. The thing is that I always will choose EB-1A over EB-2 NIW if I have 2 options. In 90% of the cases, I would go with EB-1A. Sometimes I would go with EB-2 NIW. But sometimes we just don't have EB-1A. We only have EB-2 NIW. So that's the way to go. Now, what is the most important things in those 2 visas when we prepare your case? And before I answer these amazing questions that you guys posed to me, let me tell you how to get a free evaluation of your case so I could assess and review your talents and your recognition and achievements. And that's called free evaluation. Go down below this video, find the link, click on it, and fill out the form and send it to me. Within 2 days, I'll get back to you and tell you which visa is better for you, which criteria will satisfy which we can work on, and whether you have a potential within the next 6 months to improve your case, file it, and get it approved with 90% chances or more. And if you have that potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, where I will build with a data manager the winning written strategy of your future case. That's the second step in your development. Now, let's get back to that question. What's the most important things within those 2 visas? And that is your expertise. With everything we do, with each criterion, with every document, we basically show that you are an expert in this field, and everything proves it. So whatever you guys can do on top of what we're discussing that will show that you have an expertise in this field among other professionals, do it. Stanislav, I can go to the conference. Go. Stanislav, I can be co-author of this publication. Do it. Stanislav, I was called to assess the progress of other psychologists in this hospital. Do it. Okay, do it. Do everything that shows your expertise. All right, guys, smack that like button if you love my content. Please make sure to go through free evaluation process. The link is below. Also, subscribe to my YouTube, my Instagram, my Telegram, and other platforms where I post the unique content. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.